Yeah, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with selection for Monday, the 14th of November. But first, a quick recap. Well, we had a Trixie and a treble on Sunday. We had 2 out of the 3 placed. Both the 2 that came placed both came second. Unfortunately, the Mighty Don never ran any race whatsoever. That wasn't its true performance. So on to the next day, we lost basically, or gained back half a stake. So it wasn't that bad really. Obviously, Saturday was a tremendous day. So if you could do me a quick favour before I get into the bets, give me a quick like, if you will, please. Let's think of it as like a good luck wish, or yeah, that makes sense. You know what I mean. So the bet for Monday is a 50p each way Trixie, and what I've had is I've actually had a 61p each way treble. But that's only just to clear my account out. I think about £5.80 or 50 something in there. The bet is basically a fiver. So what you want is 50p each way Trixie comes to £4. Then basically a 50p each way treble. That takes it to £5 exactly. I've taken the prices purely for the fact that I also have a cash out option should I want to. What you might want to do, it's completely up to you, is place 2 Trixies to the same value, but half it, if you know what I mean. So I've recommended a 50p each way Trixie to £4, or have a 25p each way Trixie and take the prices, put it on, then have another one, 25p each way Trixie, and take SP. So then at least if we have 2 out of 3, you can actually cash out one of the bets in if you want to, one of the Trixies. But anyway, let's not confuse things too much. So let's get into it. So the first selection is Royal Lake at 15-2 in the 2:30 at Exeter, paying 4 places instead of 3. Well, Oliver Sherwood, up until its last runner today, which actually fell, its previous 3 runners had all won. Well, one of those I tipped Saturday, Queen's Gamble, which absolutely hacked in, and it was part of the successful Trixie, but we had a non-run in that. So basically, we got 2 each way doubles up. But very nice bet. Well, Royal Lake, it's still a Trevor Hemmings horse, although it's unfortunately it's passed away now. But I actually interviewed Oliver Sherwood years ago, and it's no real secret. But obviously, all the Trevor Hemmings horses are generally aimed to be chase horses. They've got the same stamp about them. They're all really in the mould of a chaser. Well, this horse, on its previous runs, apart from the point-to-point circuit, had basically been run at tracks where the tracks would have been too tight and too quick for it. That was even one of the excuses. I think in its last run, I think it was at Stratford. Basically, when you get behind at Stratford, because in my opinion, it favours front runners. So it got behind, and it never got the pace to go with it. Well, it stepped up in trip on a much more galloping track now, Exeter. There's very few tracks now which are stiffer than Exeter. So it's over chase fences for the first time. Obviously, we don't know how fit it is, but there's 1 or 2 horses making their reappearance anyway. Jonathan Burke's in decent form as a jockey. He rode pretty well at Cheltenham, and I think this horse will probably be nursed gradually into it, and hopefully should pick the leaders up late on. The second selection is Louis XIII. Like the pronunciation, Louis XIII, at 16-1 in the 6:30 at Wolverhampton, paying 4 places instead of 3. Well, I do this via memory, and this is a trainer I've not really heard too much about, but it has got okay form or competitive form when it was rated in the 50s for the 2 previous trainers. This trainer is running off 47. And it's got an inside draw, and I do think it's honestly got enough tactical pace to come from behind. Like, obviously, it's got an inside draw, so it's going to have to weave in and out and wait for the gaps. But I think it's got enough tactical pace to actually run to at least the place. The odds is no buy. I mean, I think the odds are far higher than they should be. Maybe they're based on the trainer. I don't know. And finally, the third selection is 6 of Hearts at 20-1. In the 7 o'clock at Wolverhampton, paying 4 places instead of 3. Well, I think Scott Dixon, the trainer, I think he's had a half-decent season. Don't get me wrong, he's never going to get under the season. But he's had a few decent prize winners. He had a few winners at York during the regular flat season. I do think this has got a decent chance, and I do think it's quite favourably handicapped. So I think there is a decent run in it. It's got stall 9, but I think it'll probably tuck in. I think I can't see it aiming to take the lead, although it has taken the lead in one of its previous races. But I think it should break normally and then just tuck in probably in about fifth or sixth, hopefully. But ideally, no more than 2, maximum 3 horse width off the rail. So those are the 3 selections for Monday. So the very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.